Hello, all. I'm excited to be today's first Ignite speaker. I'm going to be speaking about productionalizing data science models, which is taking data science scripts and converting them into stable production code. So my name is Rachael Ferguson. I work as a data science consultant in Charlotte, North Carolina, and my main role is facilitating the domain knowledge transition between data scientists and software engineers. So your project starts. Your data scientists are so excited, they start analyzing data, they have all these predictions, and they have a good one. So they are so excited, they give you their model files, their metrics, and their notebook with all the code they wrote. The problem is they're not done yet, because notebook code is not finished code. This is an example of something you could write in a notebook. You can save this, checkpoint it, commit it, all good. The issue? You put this in any text editor, anything with linting, and you get 1,000,001 errors. It's very thick with errors. So notebooks are great, but they are extremely flexible to the point where you can put anything you want in one. So our goal is to take this notebook file, and we're going to document, separate, integrate, and then hopefully, if we have time, enhance the code a little bit using your developer's skill set. So first, documentation. There's nothing better for documentation than Git. Any code that your project relies on should be in source control. But the problem is notebooks are notoriously very, very bad for source control. They're very thick with images and very hard to control. So what we're going to do is convert our notebook into a pure code file, usually Python, and then we'll also save any static outputs the data scientists had in a shared drive, so they have access to it. Next, your data scientist is going to take that Python file and write 1,000,000 comments in it, all the context they possibly can. Just in case we lose this resource going forward, we want to have all of their information in their head. Then we are going to track down all the data they used. In experimentation time, data scientists like to use a lot of information outside your company. We need to know what these are, how they got them, and how we can persist them going forward. So taking all of that extra data, we also need to store it somewhere. We need to have a shared fault deterrent storage area with all this extra information so we can recreate their models if we need to. And now we need to separate. Oftentimes, you'll get a notebook that is just a single notebook. Everything's in it, all in one line. So we're going to take that, and we're going to separate into separate different files. Usually, there is a data processing section of the notebook, and then a modeling section of the notebook. We're going to take that and separate into separate files. A separate file for every data set cleaning, a separate file for the model creation, training, main, and then, if it's used, a separate file for that prediction file. And then we're going to take those separate files, and we're going to modularize it more. Usually, again, it's just free-form thought. So we're going to take that, and we're going to make little functions and build upon that so we can much more easily integrate all of their stuff. And that goes along with this. This is optional. So sometimes data scientists like to stay in their own world and just provide APIs where you access their outputs. Sometimes you will actually integrate the data itself, or the modeling itself, into your ETL and app repos. But if we can get all this done and all these test cases done and all of our code stable, we can begin to enhance, which is using your developer's skill set to enhance the data scientist aspects. So we can do automated metric collection. Using those metrics, we can define thresholds. So when we do deployments for data science, we can set automatic thresholds where they're automatically rejected if they don't meet it. And your developers are likely more comfortable with implementing AutoML kind of solutions. So once they have an understanding of where data science are coming from and their context, they can begin to look outside to more generic solutions that can provide benchmarks for your own company. But yeah, my overall arching is data science doesn't stop at a notebook. Your data scientists need to be integrated with the process afterwards in writing test cases and defining the stableness around their code. But yeah, thank you. It was great being the first talk today.